Mic check, 1, 2. Yeah. Yeah. It all started with a step and then evolved into a movement. This music had molded me into a person in tune with the rhythms that surrounded me. The haters started doubting me, but no one could attempt to be the person I was bound to be. Now I'm growing with no intention to stop, dropping knowledge like a nervous librarian, while kicking veteran flows that's better than most, selling out shows. Never forget my past cause it wasn't so long ago. I was broke, choking on herb, writing words in my palm, keeping calm cause a level head will always keep you strong. This long road chasing the gold but getting silver. I went back to the grind since mama ain't raised a quitter. I'll be damned if I give in after all that I put in. Gassed up on inspiration and sparked the ignition. Peeled off, navigated my way through the dark, and never falling a victim to people disguised as sharks, Follow my heart even if it led me to ruin. Allowed to make mistakes cause damn, I'm only human, right? Chasing the light like it's calling to me. No matter how much you try, there's nobody else that can do me. Follow my heart even if it led me to ruin. Allowed to make mistakes cause damn, I'm only human, right? Chasing the light like it's calling to me. No matter how much you try, there's nobody else that can do me. Life under pressure has me.
Well, hello there. How's everybody doing? I see I've got some actual people in the chat pre-stream. That's a new one to me. Let me check it out real quick. Building a Reddit client in Flutter. Wow. That's right, Vibex 100. You're in the Weber. Thanks for coming along, man. Hey, Dev Angels, there again. Yeah, you're in Weber. If you can watch the previous stream on youtube.generictyping.com. So if you want to catch up until then you can do that. So welcome everybody. Today we're just gonna be continuing what where we stopped last time. Let me just make sure that everything's okay in the stream. Yeah, so let's see. So we're working on Postdex. Let me turn on my volume. Can you guys tell me if my volume is okay and stuff? If something is off, just tell me and I'll work on it. So let's see. Right. So where we last left off is we made some models and stuff for the Reddit API integration. So what I wanted to do today is actually add the API. I've already made an account for that. Thank you, Jurien, for your feedback. And make some UI. So mainly just API integration and making some UI. Now, I've been thinking about one thing in particular that a viewer yesterday came up with. So I'll quickly do an overview of what we have right now. So we have some models for everything that's going to be used inside of the app. We mainly got post, which is just like it encapsulates. This is the model that encapsulates what a post actually consists of. So like a title and a submitter and stuff. Then we've got a comment, which is currently just like a user that put it there, and a piece of a string. Then we got a subreddit, which is just a class that gives us some info about a subreddit. I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to integrate this yet, since this should actually just have like a list of posts, right? So, but I'll get to that later. And then we've got a user with some fields, like a username, comment karma, and post karma, stuff like that. So yeah, again, if you want to follow the development, then make sure to follow in all that stuff. But you can also just always find the source code on the link that's on the top right of this stream, GenericTyping/Postdex on GitHub. So you can find all the code there. And I'm gonna burp. Oh, nice. So what I wanted to do today is first of all, we had a look at, so we have this enumerator called post content type, which basically tells us if the incoming post in these list of posts that are going to be displayed on the homepage. This tells us if they're either text or an image, because as far as I know, those are the only two types of posts that are on Reddit. I'm a Redditor myself, but if I need to make up this stuff, I need to be correct with what type of data I'm going to show. So yeah, we've got a content type, but we don't actually have a method right now for storing the actual content of that post. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. Now in the post model, I'm going to remove the content type. We're still going to use that, but a bit differently. So this is going to be content. Post content is not found yet. We're going to make that right now. I'm going to make a new model over here called post content. I've already made this last time, but it was a bit different than what I'm doing right now. So this is the class that we're going to use. We need to import the content type and then format this. Okay. As suggested by a viewer last time, I am going to let's see, I'm going to make the data of any incoming post a dynamic, and then check in runtime whether it's an image or if it's a piece of text. So let's make a constructor for this. That'd be nice. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to actually use this. So we need the so we need the type and we need the data. So that's our constructor. Now I've written this in advance. So this is what we're going to be doing. So in this constructor, whenever we make a new instance of post content, it's either an image instance. So that is a widget. That's what I came up with. You could use a string that redirects to the actual image. But for now, this will do. It's not that big of an application anyway. Not right now, at least. If it needs some editing, I'll do that. But it has a type that's incoming, and the data is either a string or an image class instance. So let me just take a quick look. Is a model folder specific, or you made it up? Yeah, Dev Angels is completely right. So all your code lives in the lib folder. And then in order to have like kind of an MVC pattern going on, I made models and views to kind of arrange where all the data is, right? So models just encapsulates data, and then views are pieces of code that displays the data that are in the models. That's kind of the pattern here. If you want to know more, the keyword that you're looking for is MVC, model view controller. That's the design pattern kind of that I'm going for here. It's not like by the book MVC, but it will do. It will suffice. It's fine. So we've got an incoming type, and now we want to know if the type that we're getting here, yeah, this should be good. We got a type identified for post content. Really now? Let's see, I'm missing something here. Oh, I can't just do this. Okay, it was an error that was not needed to be there. There we go. I also got my trusty bottle of Coke here, so I'm gonna be using that. And let's see. So we have we're making a new instance of post content, and it's either a string for text or an image instance, an image widget for image. So we're gonna say if the post content type that's incoming is a piece of text, then we need to assert, so make sure that in development, when we're doing this, the data dot runtime type equals, and I believe I can just do this. I think this is correct syntax. I'm not exactly sure, but I think this is how it's supposed to be. And then if it's an image, then we need to make sure that the data runtime type equals an image. Why is this valid? Oh, right, I need to import. Yeah, I still need to wait. Dart UI, is that the same as this one in widgets? I believe so. Well, we'll see. And if it's any other, then I'll have to look at that. What's this? The last statement. Oh, right, we need to break, because if we have a case here, then this gets run, but then nothing tells it to stop looking for the other cases. But that doesn't make sense because we already know which case we're going to. So we need to break in order to say like, hey, if this is the case, then run this assert, and then stop the execution of this switch, because looking at the rest is unnecessary. If you're returning though, that's it's unnecessary to say break, since when returning you're already going out of the top level function. So and then the default is just do nothing. I mean, if it can't be any other, well, it can be like post content type dot other, but that just means that it's anything else, which I'm not currently programming for. I just put that in there for assert this data is string. Really? Oh, like the is keyword, like this. I did not know that. Python does it that way, but I didn't know is a keyword in Dart as well. Thank you for that shorthand. That's great. Yeah, I'll we can also just to be sure for now, just make sure. Okay, cool. Let's put that to a string, because I never trust print statements. Cool. Thank you, Philly Wiggins. I should probably not pronounce people's names that weird, but oh well, my stream, my rules, haha. So we've got post content, we can import this now. And let me just make sure that my imports are arranged correctly, because I like that sort of thing. I want this to be over here. And now this material import is unnecessary, as it should be. And okay, that's that. So now we've got post content, and now we need to do it like this. This changes the content type. Yeah, okay. Oh, and this needs to be a new content. And this won't run, so make a new one. The type will be, let's see. Ooh, I need to make sure I do this right. So this type can be, okay, the default's gonna be post content type text. And the data, that will be a string now, since it's a dynamic. And then it's a example content text, for example. So let me change this to content type. I can actually, let me make this into an if statement. That would be way cleaner. What's my if case here? This is. So for people not familiar with what I'm doing right now, this generate stubs is like I've explained last time. Generate stubs is just a static function that returns a list of posts and the amount of posts you can put in here, and that way we just get a bunch of like example posts to test with before we get actual data from Reddit. And so what I'm doing right now is making sure that all of those posts, that's what all this does. Well, actually just this. I'm making sure that each one of those posts is unique in some way, so I can do some more testing. If and for every third post, we want the content type to be an image, and the actual content data will be a new image. Let's get an asset image in there. That'd be nice. So let's see. What would be nice? The GenericTyping logo, of course. Haha. Let me pull that up real quick. Oh, actually, I'll make it the Postdex logo. I've actually made a logo. Let's see if I can show that real quick. This is the logo that I made for Postdex, the app logo. So yeah, I really like it. I kind of want to design the thing as well, as in like this kind of like teal and blue sort of style. So that's why I chose teal for the main app theme right now. Let me move this over here. That's going to look really weird on stream, but whatever. Let's see if bonus. If you use if data is string, you don't need to cast it inside the braces or do an assert. Well, yeah, but what I'm trying to accomplish with the post content thing, this is basically to make sure that whatever type is coming in is correct. So if it's post content type text, then the data needs to be a string. If it's an image, then I need to fix this, by the way. Then the data needs to be if it's an image, then the data needs to be an image. That's basically what I'm saying here. If it's not, then that assert will fill and give me a warning. That's all. So yeah, I can do that if data is string in case I need to check that somewhere else. So thank you anyway. So this doesn't work. The method. Oh right, I need to import that. Let's do that at the top to keep everything nice and clean. Some good music. All thanks to Chill Hop, my boys. They're also located in the Netherlands. Wow, I'm having a really difficult time talking today. Yeah, I saw their office was in the Netherlands, so I guess those guys are Dutch. In which case, hello boys. Okay, so this is an asset image, and then we are gonna give, let's see, so that's assets, it's gonna be asset rather. And then where's our image gonna be? Images, placeholder, or let's just say like, something like this. Now, yes, okay, yeah, placeholder 1.png, that'll be. So this is currently not there yet. What we first need to do is actually put that image in the project. So let me put that in real quick. So we're gonna make a folder assets, then we're gonna make a folder images, then we're gonna make a folder placeholders, and placeholders with an S. And then let's just make this like 1 and 2.png because that's way easier. So like that. Okay, now for all our dependencies, I'm actually gonna add both right now. So first we have a dependency. The library that I'm gonna be using for getting the data from Reddit is called draw, D-R-A-W. Yeah, it's basically like the only one that I found for Reddit integration. And it seems like it works fine. I've already done some preparations for that. So I'm going to be using that, so I'm going to import that, which is this piece of string that I got from the Dart package on pub. So that's this, and let's already get that out of the way. And then we have some images. So let's leave this commented. Assets, images, placeholders, 1.png. Now let's look if it finds this. Cool. Okay. So that should be fine, basically. I think so. Let me check if my folder structure is correct. Assets, images, placeholders, 1. Okay, cool. So let's see. Assert statements have no effect in production code, therefore development only, so when we release the program, asserts will be meaningless? Yes, that's true. Asserts will be meaningless, but I'm trying to program this. Well, first of all, this is not going to be like on the App Store or whatever, so, but you're correct in the sense that you should always code as if you're building on prod. That's kind of a broad statement, but whatever. So yes, asserts are meaningless in release builds, right? These are not going to get run or probably just compiled at all. So yes, asserts won't work in production, but the thing is that once I've got down how the data is coming in and then is processed, this is only of value in this development stage, right? This won't work in production, but then if it works here, then it should work in production. Except when there's something in the draw API, in the Reddit API, or in the Dart side, which makes it so that however this data is coming in acts like a string, but is actually an image, and vice versa, right? So this is fine for now, and if this works, it will most definitely work in production if this were to be released, if those asserts weren't there. This is just to make sure that I don't make any mistakes, right? It's just a warning tool for me, like any assert is. It's just a warning tool for the developer to make sure, like, oh, this needs to be like this, and if it's not, then something is wrong, and you should check that out. So this is only for the development stage. That's what I intended with it. So, let's see. This doesn't make any sense anymore, but this does. build post content. We can actually just adapt this right now because we can just say some other form of content. So what we can do here is one more quick reminder. Let me just actually make sure that we're running an instance of Flutter here. So what you're seeing right here in the emulator is a bunch of test posts just displayed in a really generic array, right? So what I'm gonna do now is, oh, actually, let me change the definition of this. I want to change something. I'll first explain this though. So what we basically have is a column with all these post stuff, right? So it's just like a list of posts that we have, and then we're okay. Oh right, it's starting up a new instance. So it's just a bunch of test posts. This is gonna crash? No. Okay, cool. So what you're seeing here is just like a title in bold, and then an example username in italics, and then whatever content is in that post. That's what this function does. Right, so you can see there's a divider just to have a little bit more space in each entry, and then a text with the post title and the submitter, and then the content. And this function just returns text widgets for now, but we're gonna change that right now since we can actually encapsulate the data in this case. So let me entertain you now. Let me actually fix this. So what we're gonna do now is say, if it's text, then it's a string. In that case, we can just go over here and say data. So now it will make a text out of the data, and in this case, if it's piece of text, then this will just be a string. If it's an image though, then we're gonna do it a little bit differently, because now data widget.post.content data will be a image instance, but I actually don't want that. There's another level of image in Dart. That's not an image, but it's called an image provider. So an image provider, so an image is a widget. An image provider is sort of more like the actual backbone that delivers the data. It's Flutter devs are going to be like, ha, you're totally wrong and you know it. Stupid. I am wrong, but so you have this image class, this image widget in Flutter, and what it takes in is an image provider. But if I provide an image in every post content, then I cannot edit that image as well as I can with an image provider. The image provider just says, hey, here it is, and then I can wrap that inside of an image widget, and there I can say, oh, it needs to be this big, and it needs these proportions, this filter, whatever. So that gets an image provider, and so we need to return an image, and this image is gonna be the widget.post.content.data. There we go. So, should this work in one go? I have no clue. Let's just try it. Nope. Type image is not a subtype of image provider. That's correct, because I'm instantiating this, these test posts as... Wait, why did that not complain? Or did it, but I just didn't see it. My assert should have failed. The following assertion had failed. Yeah, it's an image instead of an image provider. Okay, so that assert does actually work. That's great. Then this just... Oh, this needs to be assert image. And this returns an image provider. Or this isn't... Wait, what? Dot image? What am I doing wrong? Oh, no! Oh, wait, this probably inherits from image provider, does it? Yep, it's an image provider. Cool. Okay, awesome. Then this should now work. Oh, hell yeah. Look at that. That is nice. Okay, so we can actually encapsulate some stuff right now. That's really cool. Okay, that's all nice. So I'm just gonna write this down since I want to be a bit more structured. So let me just cross that out. We have done that. Off the card, in the sock, out the window. Coolio. Okay. We're gonna add draw integration. Enjoying this, boys? Any questions at all? Suggestions? Also, I'm not at all the best programmer in the world, or I may be considered a good programmer. Let's just put it like that. So now that we have that, we can start adding some draw integration. So let me just take a quick look at how draw does its thing. So we have a Reddit gradient. Let me just share my tab, by the way. That'd be way nicer. Right, good old pen and paper. It's lovely if you just like. I don't have to unlock this book. I can just take my pen that I don't have to charge and just write something. I don't use pen and paper at all that much, but for like these things, it's just like, oh, okay, done. Right? Or I can go to like reminders in Mac and just click like, okay, I'm done with this, but like why if I'm just, whoop, I'm done. The thing is I make a lot of mistakes with handwriting, right? So that sometimes just fucks the whole thing up, but whatever. Yeah, I was gonna share my tab. Duplicate scene because I'm pro, so I use OBS. Very nice. Yes. So this called Chrome, and now I do I copy, I delete, and now I do what is called, and call Chrome. Very nice. I like, and then go what is called, go Chrome and draw, and then apply these, and now we've got scene. I like 3 and 2 and 1, and that is the wrong tab. Okay, that's okay though. I can just go here and then why did that not click correctly? Am I just that's stupid? Okay, go. There we go. Okay, cool. So this is, let me actually make this a tad bit smaller so you can all see. Right. So this is the draw package on Pub. So the way this Reddit API is instantiated is you're making. Okay, so you're using the package, then you're making a new Reddit instance, and then we have like, oh, we have some like async calls and stuff. We have web authentication. We don't need that since we're using this. Oh, right, we actually do need to authenticate. Let me see. Auth URL. See the web authenticated documentation for parameters. Authorize. We pass to authorize. Well, this is way too much work. I'm just gonna. Okay, I'm gonna integrate like a regular Reddit bot because I've made like a bot over here that I'm not gonna show since there are secrets in here. Haha. But I've already written those credentials down, so. Yeah, I'm just gonna make like a bot thing, and then we'll see whatever info we can retrieve. Or actually, we can just log in, right? I mean, these are just credentials, so we can just log in. It's okay for the point that I'm trying to make with these series, just making an app, right? It's the first time I'm doing something like this. Cut me some slack. Okay, cool. So let's go to our main. Do I want to have like a constant class, or actually, the main question is, do I want to implement Redux? Do I want to implement the beautiful Brian Egan's Redux for what I'm doing right now? I don't think it's necessary. No, I'm just gonna make a constant thing. No. I don't think so either. I'm just gonna make like a constant class that holds some static variables, and that's fine. Let's put that in models and give that a nice underscore. What would that be? Like something like constants? I'm not sure, man. Okay, cool. I've given an underscore because I'm edgy. And then we've got like, I'm gonna put this in a class anyway since I like that more. First of all, let's import that. Oh, I need to share my screen, don't I? There we go. Import, oops. That's gonna be package draw.dart. Coolio. And then as the class, we're gonna have constants. Oh. Here we go. And then we have like a static Reddit, and then oh right, this needs to be right. And then let's have like a static function that returns void that says initialize. I cannot type. Did I type that correctly? Yeah. Initialize. Initialize Reddit. Cool. And I'm gonna call this from the main as soon as my app builds. This is gonna be a sync, and we're gonna say this is null in the beginning, right? So let's see, basic service locator. Tell you what you should do. Get it. Ooh, I'm just okay. I've just received a package in chat. From DevAngels, and I'm quite curious as to what this is. You have to use Dart2. I have Dart2. The simple service locator. Jump into the service locator. It is a way to decouple the interface from the concrete implementation. At the same time, allows to access the concrete implementation from everywhere in your app. Over the interface, I can only highly recommend to read the classic article. Not on stream, sorry. Accessing an object from anywhere in an app essentially can be done by other ways too, but if you use a singleton, you cannot easily switch the implementation to another, like a mock version. True. IOC containers for dependency injections offer a similar functionality, but with the cost of slow startup time, and less readability because you don't know where the magically injected object comes from. As most IOC libs, that is IOC, right? I think so. As most IOC libs rely on reflection, they cannot be used with Flutter. Accessing service objects like REST API's database so they can easily be marked. That is nice. I don't think this is in the scope of what I'm trying to do right now, but I'm definitely gonna favorite this. Holy crap, this is really good. Always use the same style to import your project file either. Right. You get it, and then you register singleton. Ah, okay. And then you do it like this. Right. That's nice. Register factory, register singleton, and the lazy one for functional stuff. And then, okay. I'm interested in this. I'm not going to be doing this time, but let's see. I'm the author, so you can ask anything. Oh wow. Ha! Okay, I did. I never knew it was gonna be like, here's a package, here's the author, have fun. Wow, that's cool. Hi Thomas. Okay, cool. So I don't know if that's in the scope for what I'm trying to do right now. It may be interesting to port something that I'm doing, like what I'm doing right now, over to get it, because this seems really nice. I kind of feel like Redux, if it's like a small scope, I use constants. If it's like for small stuff like this, if it's like big scope, like I've written a few apps where it's like, okay, we need to handle like information well, then I just used Redux. But I'll definitely keep this in mind, because this is really nice. Before you start using an inherited widget, use that. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But I never used inherited widgets anyway, because I just used oh, you actually have a small thing about Simon Lightfoot and Brian Egan here. Yeah, it's If it's something small, I'll just use constants. If it's bigger, then I use Flutter Redux. So that's kind of how I work right now, and I'll continue with constants right now. But I do really appreciate the fact that you've made this and that DevAngel sent this, Simon. So yeah, thank you for that, and I'll definitely keep it in mind for future projects if I kind of get it down, because I'm trying to mostly do stuff that I already know, so I can give people advice. And if I'm using something that I don't know yet, that may have a consequence on me being able to help others with what I'm typing. I at least need to understand what I'm typing myself. That's more of the thing. But thank you anyway. So let's see. Okay, cool. So we're gonna initialize Reddit. That's gonna be async, and I'm just gonna copy the code that was already on the page for draw. So that's this. Constants.reddit is going to be this. Now these don't exist, but I've made them in advance in a package, and then what's that? Postdex credentials. Now I wonder if I type this. Oh, you can't actually see these values. That's cool. Okay. Client ID, K secret, K user agent. So what I'm doing right now, I've defined a few of these variables ahead of time, and so I'm just passing them so I can make a Reddit instance. This is not fake anymore. Back to your constant cloud. Make sure your main function async and then calls await to initialize before run app. This will make the app show the splash screen before it renders the first frame. That is... I did not know that the splash screen only ran at run app. I thought like the splash screen would be gone as soon as like the code is loaded in, but I could do that. Like you mean just like this would be async, and then I save that. So oh right, I just this should be like this. Then I could do that. That's actually quite smart. Then because what I would usually do is just put like a circle indicator over here so the app starts quickly, and then once that's initiated, I'd have like a callback that or like a set state that would make sure that that it's updated, so it doesn't show the loading indicator anymore, but just like the actual posts. I'm actually gonna do that, but thank you for the suggestion. I did not know. See, we're all here to learn. I did not know that anything before one app makes it so that the splash screen is still shown. That's really good to know. So thank you for that. So let's see. So let's see what we're gonna have here. So we currently have this, which is ugly. So let me first make sure that this works. So let me just like run, and it is actually already in the oh no, that's called init state. I can make my own init function. Haha. Void init async. Await constants dot initialize Reddit, and then import that. Already going on 40 minutes. Filling the time. Filling the time. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Make sure that import is right. Okay, let's see. Wait, only futures I know, but I don't care. Just like a quick print statement, just to know for sure that everything has gone according to Keikaku, according to plan. What does this have? I can get the... Oh, this is the actual API stuff? Right. Oh, right. Okay, so that returns something. I can get the current user. Reddit.user.me. Await that shit. And then let's see what we want to have here. Routine, well, the instance. This seems like a good API. Oh, there we go. That's some good info. Full name. Let's show our display name. That should just read Postdex. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna actually put this. So that's what's that gonna be? Well, whatever. This is all temporary anyway. And then this is useless. And then new user dot display name and new user dot. What else do we want to show real quick? I don't have any comments on that account. Guild. Oh wait, I can actually gives Reddit gold. Ha! Wow. I don't know. ID? Sure. Whatevs. Okay, that's all saved and well. Then let's run that. Now the terminal is the most important part of this right now. Okay, so it printed string, which is correct. That's the hard restart. So this string comes from the post content. That's this one. But that's fine for now. Let's see. We have. There's another instance of string. Oh, there's a whole bunch of string. Yep. Okay. Unheld exception. Unauthorized client. Whoa. Why is that? That's so weird right now. Okay. That's all I sync stuff. What is wrong with my credentials? Let's see. What can you guys see? Oh, I can browse all I want in my Reddit. Did I make a mistakey wakey? Yeah. 1 second, guys. I'm checking my credentials. Live. What did I do wrong? Did I make a mistake in the way that I put this in? Secret user agent. But that shouldn't be. Wait, I don't have a user agent in here? Oh, okay, agent name. Right. And then that should all be fine. This is so weird right now. Let me just try logging into this Reddit account. So that would be just a website. Logged in currently. Log that shit out. And then log in Postdex. And then this should be the password. Yeah, it is. So why are my credentials incorrect? I might have missed it, but did you wait on your call to initialize Reddit? Yes. Yeah, here it is. So this init function gets called, right? And then and that one's I sync, so I just await that, and then the new user gets printed after that's awaited as well. Particularly strange. Should it be a different kind of application? Shouldn't it be like oh, don't call image from build. I know, like it's a it's a bad habit. I know, but like it's just for testing. Like this whole function is going away soon as well, so I wouldn't worry about that just now. Oh, wait. I get exactly what you mean. This gets called every time. That's not nice. Oh, wait. Ha! Fixed it. I know. This should be called for minute state. I'll pleasure your needs. Why am I not getting? Okay, I'll override it myself. There we go. And then let's just make this a bit cleaner for now. Or actually just init test. Yeah, oh well. You gotta have people like that. So maybe I'm doing something wrong with the way that I'm like accessing my API. So I'm gonna try something real quick and make another Reddit app that is not a web app but a script. Maybe that's what I should be doing. Postdex script. And that will be a script. I actually think that was the issue. URLs required. Well, we got that, bro. I got all that for you, and you know it's everyday, bro. Application created, cool, and here it is. I've got some new credentials. Let me put those in real quick, and we should be good to go in no time at all. I'm editing in Nano. Where's my Nano fam at? I know that the entirety of chat is gonna say Vim for life, but I really don't care about any of the all terminal editors. I just need like quick typing, quick fixing. That's all. Okay, that should be up to date now. Let me print that to my terminal real quick. Okay, that's all well and good. Clear my terminal. Okay, and then let's try this again. So we've already got an instance running. Let's try. Hey, we're logged in. Cool. So that was the problem. We had to have a script app. Let me delete that old one. And okay, cool. So now we're up and running. Okay. Then we have that. So I'm just gonna. Okay, so right. Initialize Reddit. I know this has the same title, but this is all just a small application. I'm not adhering to the rules of everything. And the child is gonna be. Uh-oh. I got myself an image. You know what the fun? Okay, wait. I gotta put this up. Let me share this real quick. Thank you for that. Let me get your name real quick. Let me get your name. Cockies. Wow. I'll explain what the problem was, but first of all, you know the fun thing is I do vape, so like I'm part of the problem here, right? So I just don't get to vape a lot because I'm talking. Anyway, sorry for blowing into my mic, by the way. I'll explain what the problem was real quick. The problem was there are 3 different kinds of apps on Reddit, right? There's the regular, so there's the web app, there's the script app, and the installed app. The installed app is just, it gives you like a secret, not a, God, what's that called? Well, oh no, it gives you a client ID, but not a secret, and this API needs a secret, and apparently I shouldn't have used web app, but script instead. But the description on Reddit for making a new app seemed like I needed a web app, but it needed to be a script app, so that was a quick fix. Okay, so now we're gonna do some a pattern that I use a lot. This needs to brain fart. Holy crap! Oh, fucking set state. Right. And then this is gonna say, because, okay, so we've got this Reddit user, right? And in the beginning it's null, right? So I mean, look at this, it's just like a Reddit thing, right? Then we're gonna asynchronously initialize the Reddit thing, and once that's done, we actually have a Reddit user we can work with. So while the app is open, but there's no Reddit user loaded in yet, we are going to be showing a loading animation. So that's what we're gonna do here, because we want to center everything. So wait, do we actually want to center? Oh yeah, I guess we do. So we're gonna use a ternary operator for that, and I love them. Ternary operator is basically, see it as like a really small if-else statement, right? So so right here we have a scaffold, and then there's a body that has a center. The child of that center is gonna be dependent on constants dot Reddit equals null, or is null. I believe like the guy that just told me like I can use is instead of Philly Wiggins, that was the guy. I guess I can use is null, but I'm not sure if that syntax will work. I'll use double equals for now, but I'm sure somebody with more Flutter knowledge than I will tell me that I can just use the keyword is. Anyway, so the child is dependent on if the constants of Reddit, if the Reddit user that's loaded into the app, if that is null or not. If it is null, that's a question mark, then we're going to be showing a circular progress indicator, and the value color, I never understood that. I can't just put a color here. I need to say always stopped animation, and here I can put a color. Okay, and then so we have a center. What are we going to show on the screen? Is the Reddit user null? Have we not yet loaded in everything from the internet that we need in order to show the user data? Then we're going to, that's the question mark, then we're going to show a circular progress indicator. Else, that's the colon, we're going to show a list of test posts, right? So that's what it's for. And is null, oh right, because null is like the class, yeah. And this is complaining. Test for null should be done with double equals null. Ha! I win again. Well, I win for once. That would be more appropriate. Okay, so let's test this. This should be okay. I'm not using this. Yeah. Oh, that was the wrong. Oops. I pressed Alt-Shift-F, which is only a thing in Visual Studio Code. It actually formats your code, which is really nice. So now you need to wait for the debug. In the meantime, we can just actually stare at this beautiful piece of art. Cool. So we're up and running. And that went really quickly. And I see no crashes. So let's go back. This all seems fine. Let's try it again. Let's see that circular thing do its thing. And load it. Cool. Okay. So now we have our Reddit thing, and we want to show everything. Next thing I want to do probably is I'm really craving for doing some UI, because I love doing UI. I want to make like a card thing, right? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So, yeah, why not? Fuck it, let's do some UI. How are you liking Flutter? It seems really interesting. I love it. I've been using it since around February, I think. Wow, that's a really long time ago. Shit. It may have not been February. I'm not sure actually. I can look up my oldest project in Flutter for sure. But yeah, I've been using it for a few months now. Like maybe 3, 4, 5, and I really love it. Like before, I'll do some work in the meantime. By the way, while I'm rambling, I'll actually commit this first. Added basic Reddit API integration. So before I... Oh, wait, I actually don't want to publish my credentials. Ignore file. Cool. Okay, this should be good. Yeah. So before I started working with Flutter, I knew how Android development worked with Java and Android Studio and stuff. But I never really got the hang of like activities and fragments and stuff like that. So I was just kind of like, oh no, this is not my thing, thank you. So I kind of stopped it there. So I can't do two things at once. I'll just finish my story. I really dislike the way that Android development went, and I never really did iOS since I didn't take the time for it, and Objective-C is just like really unreadable to me. Since I've never made the time to learn it. Swift is fine. I like Swift for as far as I've used it, but yeah, I saw Flutter and I was like, oh wait, I come from C#, so Dart is like a really easy next step in learning a new language. I almost had to do like nothing, especially with C# and Link. So much is similar that I got the hang of Dart like that. So it was a really easy step for me, and I didn't have to worry about Android or iOS development, except for a few plugins that I had to write myself. But that's all really. So and I loved it ever since. So let's see, post content image view. So the structure that I want to do for each post is kind of like a so each post is comprised of multiple parts. The only parts that's different every time is the image or the text, right? So what I want to do is make each of those parts, and then all of that is my post view, right? So what am I gonna do is, let's see, I'll make a post title view, and I'll make a new sub. Thank you, Balint SC. I have no idea how to pronounce that. It's on YouTube, by the way. No, not you, Siri. No. Cool. So it has a title, and then it has like a bottom bar. So like post stats, I'll call that. It's like the bottom bar that shows, well, depending on how you're building your Reddit app, but usually it's like with the upvote and downvote button and the amount of views and the score, if it's gilded or not, stuff like that. Let's see, we're using Flutter is all Dart. Yeah, Flutter apps are written in Dart. Dart is easy to learn. Certainly is. Flutter being multi-platform is very appealing. Can you use Flutter with Dart to create iOS apps? Yes. It's awesome. Like you can just like, if I plug in my iPhone right now, I can do that. If you want to, I can plug in my iPhone right now, and just show you, like, compile the app. Maybe sign like a Xcode thing, but just compile the app and show it running on both the Android emulator and my iPhone Live. That's awesome about Flutter, man. It just works. Well, I had this really nasty issue, but like the devs were there on the GitHub issues to fix that. So we're fine. It's all fine. So now we've got all these parts, and we're gonna put them together. So let's start with the title view, since that's ridiculously easy. So we need to import material, since that contains all the Flutter stuff that we need to use. Let's see. Yeah. So what's this going to be? This is just the title, so that's going to be a stateless widget. Post title view. I like. Yes, very nice. That should be good for now. I'll reformat the hell out of it if I need to later. And then we have a container. Yeah, I need to keep an eye on my stream. This is just like, this has a bunch of, this is just like a piece of text. What am I doing? The thing is, we need to keep passing the post. That's gonna get a bit redundant at one point, isn't it? Maybe I shouldn't put it in all these parts, but just have a few functions that return widgets in my post view thing. I think I'll do that just for the scope of this app. Yeah, I'll do that. That's a bit more easy. So this is all bye-bye. I think so, at least. There's nothing in here that I've used. Yeah, let's just do that. It's fine. Bling, I will... Ooh, cookies. Thank you for the follow. Just got the email. I'll stop my email now for reading notifications. Okay, cool. So we're gonna have a few functions that are gonna build our post. So we're gonna return a widget here, and this is gonna be... Well, actually, this is gonna be a text. So let's be specific. Build post title. And it's gonna be a sing. No. Then we're gonna have the content, which is already there. Let me move this. It's a bit better. And then we have like the bottom bar, which is, I guess, a row, but that could be any widget, really. I'll return a widget for now and specify if I can later. Build post stats controls. I guess controls. Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. So now we can start replacing these with build post title, and this is gonna be oh, this should be somewhere else. Content, and then build post controls. Just Dev Angels stepping in with his just humongous... I'm so bad with words today. Humongous library of knowledge that rains down on us mortal Flutter developers. Just kidding, man. Okay, what are we gonna do with the title? Just like a fucking text with the post title. Oh, actually, just copy paste this. There we go. And then the bottom controls is gonna be... How are we gonna do that? Let's return a... It's gonna be shorter. Everything needs to be short. Let's return a... what the hell is it called? Padding. For now. And the padding itself is gonna be... Ooh, this has been a while. Since that's all. And that will be... Actually, this needs to return a row. Let's do that. A row, and then the cross alignment is cross alignment dot... oh wait, the default for that's fine. Yeah, just children then. With like a text that says like widget.post upvotes. To string. Okay, that's fine for now. That builds, and go! I could have just not do a restart. Ooh! Child is not null. That is very interesting. What is my stack trace? That's in the framework, that's in the view state. So title. Oh, this needs to return. Fixed it. I fucking fixed it. There we go. There's the fucking upvotes. It's really cool. Look at those logos. Anywhere can help me with some SQL. Or SQL. I'm not doing SQL currently. I love Firebase. But do ask around, of course. Let's see. And Stack Overflow's your friend. Always remember. Let's see. Can I do this? Nope, that doesn't work. Okay. So that's cool. Let's make that pretty. Let's put those in a card. Oh wait, this needs to be a column anyway. So a card is a widget, like everything. And it basically puts a nice like material border over everything, like that. Like you can't see it at all right now. Not really. Well, it's there, like the shadows and stuff. Oh, the divider is still there. Let's not do that. There we go. That's nice. Okay. Now I want this card to be as small as possible. Let's put some elevation in there just for fun. How much is this? Oh, yeah, that's nice. Look at those cards. Why do you use macOS? Don't you like Windows or Linux? I usually used Windows. Then I got a MacBook when I started university because I never used Mac, so I was curious and I wanted to open up myself for iOS development. And hey, that paid off. And so I wanted to be able to develop for both platforms. Then I fell in love with Mac, sold my PC, and now I'm getting an eGPU, so I can still game. I run Windows on a separate partition in Boot Camp. But yeah, I mainly use Mac since I love it. The OBS integration could be better. OBS is still not like completely fine. And why not Linux? I like Mac because of the user interface, and I like Windows because of the games. That's all, really. So let's see. Let's make this a bit prettier. So I'm thinking of where I should do the padding for everything. Don't these cards have like some... Ooh, I can shape. Is this a function? I have no idea. Let me look up what the shape order. Add, skill. I need a square border card Flutter. Card rounded border corner should be, yeah. As per material guideline, one should not omit rounded corners of cards as they are specifically mentioned not to be tiles. If the implementation requires a card-like structure, there are numerous possibilities like a material container or others. Card takes arbitrary shapes now. Okay, well that was fixed like 26 days ago. Okay. So that means that Flutter square shape border. I don't know everything either. Rounded rectangle border. So is this just like rectangle? I fold. Do we need that? So that works, but that just brings me nowhere, does it? Oh, there we go. Those are cool. Okay, now everything's square. I like it that way. And then what shall we do? We have these cards, like a nice title or something. Should I for any more experienced Flutter developers, should I put the padding of like the title and the actual content and the control, should I put that like in the build method, or would that better be put in the methods where I actually build the titles separately and stuff? Now padding is not, no, I should put it in build method, since padding does not have to do with the post title itself, but it has to do with the position of it. Right, so it should be in here. Add padding. By the way, Control Enter in Visual Studio Code with Flutter is the best thing ever. It allows you to like remove widgets, add widgets, like change orders and stuff. It's redonkulous. Reload that shit. There we go. Very nice. I like. Okay. Let's make the title a bit better, readable. Something like what should that be? A font size of 20 because I'm edgy. That is fine, actually. I was expecting that it would be complete. Yeah, I like that. I was suspecting that it would be like way too big or something. Let's put that up to 30. That is a tad too big for my liking. That's what she said. There we go. Okay. And then we actually don't want to center all this. It's getting centered from the main, I believe. Yeah, let's not do that. Remove widget. I can't. Oh, what I could just do is this and this one. Now it won't be centered. It is centered. So let's look up where I can fix this. In the post to, where am I centering? I'm centering in my column. That is stupid. And it still doesn't work. Great. That is cool. If you pass build context to your build methods, you can easily port them between stateful and stateless widget. If you pass build context to your build methods, you can easily port them between stateful. I don't know what you're talking about, really. I get kind of what you're saying, but I don't know like what you mean. Like, why would I pass build context? I've never actively used build context myself. Like, I've never just been like, oh, context dot. Right? I've like only with navigators and stuff, right? So navigator of context or theme of context, but I've never used context myself. So yeah, I have no clue. So if you could clarify, that would be awesome. Take a sip. Oh, and thank you for the suggestion to put the padding in build. That does make a lot more sense. Then where am I? Wait, this is main. Main access alignment dot start. I guess. What? No, that's a cross-axis alignment. Why am I not getting my? I said centered. I'm not centering here. I'm centering here, but this doesn't make a... Oh wait, this does make a difference, but... Is that it? Like, save this, reload that? Okay. I am completely flabbergasted as to why this is all centered. Let me look at the... This tells me nothing. Cool. I will just roll with it. So let's see. This is like the title. That's fine. I actually let's put some padding on the sides here. Does this have like a margin empty space that surrounds the card? That's what I need. What does this use? Probably an edge insets. Yeah. Oh, the default is 4. Okay, let's bump that up. Let's make this a constant, because that's nice. Let's say 10, for example. Right, this is way more like easy on the eyes. Let me put that elevation a bit down. It's a bit too much. Oof. Okay. I guess it's 3. Nice. Let's make that background just a little bit nicer. Does this just have a background color? Colors dot. Oh, this is gonna be horrible. It's actually pretty okay. Yeah, why not? Both teal. Also, although I do want like a darker shade of teal. Welcome to generic designing. You could say this app is pretty generic until now. How about this? Ah, cool. I love that. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, cool. So let's make that part. I actually want to put everything in a container, I believe. So this padding that has a child, so I just should... This doesn't have anything else, right? Yeah, it has a key, but that's it. Okay. What are we gonna do? What am I gonna do? That meme. Okay, let's put that title. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna put borders around a few things. So let's first of all just put this in a container and then give that a nice background color, or a color, right? Yeah, there it is. Colors are teal, and then let's pick like 400 or something. Oh, that's gonna be ugly. Oh, and it's also gonna be... I should expand that. Could put it in a row, and it would expand as much as it can. Ah, good enough. See, now you've got a title. So, let's see. This seems fine. Let's bump that up a bit and then make the actual text white. Color will be white. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Let's see, what shade is that? Maybe I should put it a bit darker. Or is 400 actually the default? Or is it 500? No, it's 400. No, it's 500. Okay. 600 then, maybe? Let's see how that works. Nah, blends in too much. 300 was nice. Clarification on my previous point. Methods you create that return a widget like build post title, if they take a build context, you can call them from the builders and move them between state folders and state classes. So, if you have access to your build scope, as you said, like for navigator, or use something with you. Huh. That's cool. I'll keep that in mind. Sorry for like getting all these good suggestions and plugins and then saying I'll keep that in mind for later. But it's just it's really good to keep that in mind for like a next kind of project. So I have like a few points to say, oh, I want to keep this design pattern going like MVC, but then with your suggestion of passing context and stuff and stuff like that. I'll definitely keep that in mind. Also, Get It was like, it seems like an awesome plugin. So I'll definitely do that for a future project. This is just like a small little thing. So yeah, let me finish that, maybe that bottom row, and then I'll take a quick break. I've been going on for about more than an hour now. So let's see. Build post controls. This is just the text with upvotes. So let's make that. So this takes in a text style. Color is colors.white. Let's format this. There we go. That's gonna be unreadable. So let me take this and put that in a container and put this. Let's see, what was the arrangement? This in padding and this in a row. Like that. Still unreadable, but sure. Now I'm gonna take the content and what am I gonna do with the content? Box constraint. Constraint box, I mean. Hey, did you make the login? Are you going for R2 login? Let me read that comment actually clearly this time, so it's well on stream and on YouTube in a moment. Hi, did you make Reddit login yet? Are you going for R2 login? Well, hi there, Cherifo. I'm currently just using the account that I already made. I have this file with all the credentials in it, so I'm only using that account to log in. I did make the login, as far as you could say that. I typed some Reddit stuff, like some API Reddit stuff, but that's it. I'm not doing OAuth, maybe later for this same project. I'm not sure what the scope of this project is going to be, but I'm interested in doing actual OAuth because it's not that hard. It's just that I wanted to get something of Reddit going and then now the UI. But I'm going to be going over more of the OAuth 2 side when this small UI stuff is done, right? Just want to make sure that the posts look decent when they're used in the app. So, but that's gonna be that I think we're gonna do that. Yeah, just to put that OAuth login in there. I have 33 viewers. Oof. putting me on the spot. This is going to be a constrained box. Oh, depending on, actually, no, we're not going to do this. Just like so. Let's put that in here. Let's just say like image build post content image. Thanks, interesting how you're going to make it. Yeah, I am too, because I have no clue yet. Haha. But that's a fun thing about live streaming, man. Like tutorials, I've always wanted to do them, like proper tutorials, right? But I've always been like, oh, but then I need to prepare and like, oh, write things down and then do them, edit the video. Now I can just be like, I'm typing, and you're all like, he's typing, and then we can all share in this shit show of programming, which is nice, and we're all learning something. So, this returns an image, and the other one returns whatever. We'll see that later. Post content. Let me type correctly here. Typing aids is running amok. Build post content text. Cool. So this will return build post text. There we go. Would you recommend for a web developer to switch to Linux instead of Windows? No. Really depends on whether you like Windows or Linux. I'm not that much into web development, but if you like Windows, use Windows. If you like Linux, then just stay on Linux. I mean, I'd argue that there's more software support for Windows at the moment. Yeah, I do believe that like you should have some Linux experience with running Ubuntu servers, like, and knowing your way around Bash in the terminal and stuff, right? That's just like knowing that just helps you so much with like doing server shit. But like for just general like web development, go ahead and use whatever you want. Like use brackets, for example, like the text editor by who the hell made brackets? Everybody's modern blah blah. Who made it? Adobe, right? So brackets is great for web development because you can have like a live preview thing, but VS Code allows you to do the same. So if you download the extension, use whatever editor you want, or like PHP Storm and stuff like that. Whatever you want, man. I wouldn't recommend anything in particular. Just use whatever you like for web dev. I mean, for iOS development, it's easy. Use a Mac because you can't use anything else. Choice made. Let's see. Let's do this build text thingy first because this is just really easy. And then build content image. This is going to be an image. We need to return this. This can be shortened, but I'll keep it like this because it may be expanded later. Expanded. Yeah, I noticed the frame drops. I'm not sure what to do about them right now, but the audio persists if I'm not incorrect. So I'm gonna look into that later. But thank you for saying it still, for bringing it to my attention. Widget.post. Content.data. So that's the image. Now there's a property of the image widget that, is it the align geometry? No, that just tells it where it needs to go. Yeah. And that's like cover. So you can have like a image, Flutter image cover. Oh, that's fit. Is it fit? Yeah. So that's box fit dot cover. So that makes it so that the image expands to its maximum. So if it has a bigger, if you put it in a square and it has more width than height, then it'll expand to the height and the width will be cut off. I like the music. Do you listen to radio? Check the description of this stream and also the description on YouTube when this gets uploaded. This is from Chill Hop. It's just a Spotify playlist that you're allowed to use on stream and on YouTube. So that's really nice. It's all in the description. So that's cool. So I actually want to put this into a constrained box because this can expand bigger than it should be able to. Does that make sense? Let's just put it in the constraint box anyway. And then the constraints on this box are new box constraints. And I can set the height. Right, I can set the max height. Ooh, that's nice. Because the width will be already... Yeah, the width will already be fixed by the width of the screen. So that should be... What's that going to be? Like, how do I measure a screen, right? I mean, it's probably just a way to measure a screen, probably. But whatever. 200, because why the hell not? Let's try this. Is that 200? Probably. But that's not cover, though. Why is it not covering? Should I remove the constraint box? Remove. Let's try this. Oh. So that's also just using cover. Let's make the text for the controls readable. Let's put a color in that container. That should be fine. This is gonna be like a teal 400 or something. That is darker. I did not mean that. 200. $150. Is that a valid value? Nope. Not a problem. Yeah, that's kind of unreadable. Ooh, I could make the text dark green. That would be cool. That's content data controls, color white. Let's make this a dark teal. And it blends in a little bit better. Like 800 or something. Yeah, that's fine. Looks okay. Hey bro, just joined the stream. How long have you been developing with Flutter for? So that's a question by Bitbox Gaming. Like the name. So I've been working with Flutter since for about, I think, 4 or 5 months. I think that's it, like February or something. So like 3 or 4 months, something, maybe 2, maybe a bit more than 2. I'm not really sure, but a while now, so I know my way around it. And again, I keep saying this because new people join and other people leave. If you have any questions, put them in chat because I like to help people. Because I'm such a good person. Okay. Why is this not working? Can I just give a height here? I can give... This is so much easier. Oh, there we go. That's still not box fit cover. Yeah, as small as possible while still covering the entire target box. Then what the hell? As small as... As small as possible, that doesn't matter if it's still covering the entire target box. So, if I put this on 50, then it still doesn't work. It still doesn't work. I hate this. Kind of. Not really. I like debugging. Add width double the infinity. Oh! Oh, wait. Is it... Oh, this feels so... wow. This feels so... hacky. This should just be a property like infinite width true or something, like just literally getting the biggest double that you can get from your programming language and use that as your width. That is that is ridiculous. And it works. Thank you, Dev Angels. That is just wow. Okay, let's put on Let's put that on a high of 300. Oh, that's nice. See, now we're getting somewhere. So let's see. If we have like just a whole bunch of text, let's make one of those posts that has like, here's my entire life story of my girlfriend and I. Today I fucked up Reddit by posting my entire life story of my girlfriend and I. Infinity is used for the constraint. This is the correct way in Flutter. The problem is the outside widget was not giving a width down. Ah, right. Okay, cool. Let's see. So we've got our pretty image here, and I still am not really focused at all. So what you get? ADHD. Focus. Good one. Let me not blow into the mic. Okay. Is this really that visible on stream? Ah, it's okay. Just put that away. Cool. Let me actually dim my light now that... Oh, shit. That's okay. Let's see. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna cough. That's what we're gonna do. So let's fix up the text. So let's make like just a humongous post. That means that we need to go into post and generate stubs. Let's make like every. So that's gonna be. Let's make like every. I don't know, like 7 or 8 posts big. Wait, does that conflict? 7. Oh, right. So it can't be an image then. So I should first check. Yeah, I should first check this one. Some basic logic. Haven't had to do that in a while. And then else if this whole bunch of malarkey. Whoa! Capulara!
Thanks, fam.
Very nice. Thanks for the hosting. Much appreciated. Okay, so like every 8 post is gonna have like an entire lorem ipsum in it. Dot data. Dot equals just like a huge string. So the entirety of lorem ipsum, please. I need it for develop. Very nice. Lorem ipsum is simply a dummy text. Can I get the actual lorem ipsum, please? Oh, there it is. Just all of this, and put it here, and end it here, and this is unreadable. Na 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 na. This has da 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 da. How many is that? 460 characters. That is a bit too much. I could put it as a constant in my constants file. I'm actually gonna do that. Da na na na. Static string lorem equals. There we go. And now we can just say constants. Import constants dot lorem. Actually, this would be lorem ipsum dollar sit amet the Libsyn.com. Was I just? Yeah, I was at Libsyn.com, but it's just like, what is lorem ipsum? Here's the entire history. Fuck you. But I got it eventually. By doing a lot of tedious scrolling. Bitbox Game, what sort of issue are you having? Just started doing my first kind of big application. I'm stopping at the moment with the whole networking side. Capulara, I am Dutch. Ben jij ook Nederlands, is de vraag. So, like I try to at least speak like a little bit like properly English, but my Dutch accent does slip through the cracks sometimes, and it's very bad if I talk like that. So yes. Let's see. Oh wait, this is like done now. So save that and run it. There we go. There's Lorem Ipsum. So every time I burp, it sounds like the Dark Lord has risen or something, like some filthy Frank shit. That's good. That looks okay, actually. Although, let's put some like, okay, first of all, I don't want the text to be centered, which means that we better put some stuff around it.
Yes. Very nice.
Oh wait, is that markdown formatting that Reddit uses? Let me check, because that is quite important. So does Reddit support markdown? Hi DevAngels. Goedenavond. Jij ook. You too. That's Dutch for you. Reddit formatting markdown primer. So yes, it does support markdown. Does it support the entirety of markdown? Because Flutter markdown, please be a plugin. A markdown renderer for Flutter. We have been saved, and it's made by the. Oh, it's actually an integrated package. Well, props to the entire Flutter team then. Cool. I like it a lot, Rick. Yeah. I shouldn't do Rick and Morty stuff on this show. Okay, Flutter markdown. Cool. New markdown body. If you don't want padding or scrolling behavior, use the markdown body instead. That seems nice. The IMG tag only supports the following image locations from the network or local device. Use an absolute path. Seems nice. Is Flutter a language on its own? No, it's Dart. Thank you, DevAngels. See, now we've got some people like gathering and putting information out there, so other people can be like, "Hey, I want an application that shows you suck every time you open it, but in a different language." And now you can with Flutter. Beautiful. Okay, let's import that markdown. Shit. And that's gonna go here. And this wait, does this need? Yeah, it needs a dependency. A version. There we go. Very nice. I like. It's just like most modern languages and easy to learn. Sure as hell is. It's like take everything that TypeScript does well and remove JavaScript, and then remove that what you just have as well and get Dart because it's way better in every way. Well, okay, that's controversial. Cool. These are all my opinions, but I don't like anything that has to do with JavaScript in general. So I'm kind of, you know, it's kind of a prejudice. But it's a new language, relatively. I think so. Google has been using it for like ages, I believe, but only internally. And then like Flutter kind of got the popularity, kind of got the ball rolling, right? As far as like the popularity of Dart goes. I believe that's kind of how it went. Ah, there you have the wiki. Cool. Thank you, Dasmila. So, we have Markdown now. So, let's try to integrate that. Let's get a bit of padding in this, because this is a bit too much of the good shit. And I want to hear a very particular song. Gaia. Oh, I love this song. So good. Does my now playing bar still works by this application that was open sourced by a very nice gentleman from Mac, because Windows already has it, but nobody cares about streaming on Mac except the people who stream on Mac, but they're ignored. Let's see. We need to get Lorem Ipsum running. Field post content text. That is that's this. Cool. So let's put that in a bunch of padding, but not here, because that is not the correct place for padding. We should put it in the... Oh no, we actually do need to put it in here, or else the image will get padding that it doesn't deserve. So let's put padding here. I'm breaking the rules, Dev. Sorry, Angel. Okay, nice. And with Dart, you can make Android iOS apps. Both. You write your app once in Dart, and then it compiles natively to iOS and Android. Is my stream... Oh, my stream is back again. My stream had to load itself. Cool. Let's see. If you have any questions about like Flutter, join Gitter. It's like the place to be for chatting with other people about Flutter. I can put a link in there. Is there like a really short link? Share this chat room. Oh, there we go. Join this, it's awesome. Cool. That sounds really spammy, by the way. Like it's like someone just hijacked my stream and was like, "You need to download this. It's not virus. It's very nice. We lock keys, but only for GDPR purposes." Very nice. So we need to get this working on Markdown. So import that first. Import Markdown. Could I please see the actual files that I'm clicking on? Oh, I got the correct one. Cool. Because I'm edgy like that. Let's see, where were we? Here. So this needs to be Markdown body. A non-scrolling. What does it say? It's a non-scrolling widget that parses and displays Markdown. Cool. Okay. Yeah, and this is just a widget. It doesn't have to be a text thing. So what does this take? Data. Oh, that's a string. Well, would you look at that? Widget dot post dot content dot data, which is a string. Let's just try this and see what happens. Nothing, which is exactly what we meant to do. I did save it. Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. So now let's get this ball rolling and add some Markdown to our lorem. As long as it's supported on Reddit. Let me make a fake post real quick on Flutter Dev, but I'm not gonna actually put it up, so don't worry about that. MLKit tutorial for Firebase. Ooh, upvote that. Oh yeah, I needed that. I needed barcode scanners on Flutter for MLKit. Yes, if that's actually sufficient and doesn't like scan every frame for a barcode, so your phone like loses. I've had this plugin, right? A barcode camera plugin, which did work for iOS, so I could have like a live preview while it's scanning for barcodes, but it scanned every frame, and so it drained my battery harder than like it could charge it. I had it on a charger, an official charger, and it just drained the battery on my phone. I could like bake eggs on this. It's ridiculous. So I hope this MLKit thing is like kind of more. Let me save that actually. Just kind of more efficient with its scanning. But it's MLKit and it's in Firebase, so I trust it as long as the implementation is good. New text post. Title test. Let's see. How does this work? It has Markdown. Testing a header. I am getting no preview. Cool. Let's try this over here then. Want to buy a Ubuntu laptop? Good choice for a programmer? Yeah, but you are relying on open source versions of Microsoft's developer kits. So instead of .NET, you're getting .NET Core, which is supported more and more, and it's awesome. But you can't do official Microsoft stuff. Neither can you on a Mac, like the original .NET. But I would advise doing as much in .NET Core as you can. Flutter is compatible, I think. Yeah, it runs VS Code and stuff, so should be fine. Web dev is fine on there. Yeah, go for it. And you can always put Windows on it later. Some of us on Subreddit run a Discord for Flutter as well. That's nice, I'll join it. Okay, as long as you do .NET Core, you should be fine. Medium has a lot of good posts. Yes, Medium is an awesome source for all sorts of tutorials on Flutter. It's really good. I like it a lot. I have a bunch of stuff on there. Actually, I'm not sure if I should give this link because it's on my website, so people will be like, hey, I have a few hundred servers to DDoS your website, and then I'll lose my portfolio, so. But there are enough sources for like getting Flutter tutorials. Just Google, if you see something on Medium, it's probably good. That's like how good Medium has been for me. Okay, so let's switch to Markdown. Hi there. test. Can I get like a... Okay, so it supports hashtags. That's all I needed to know. Post and generate stubs. Lorem ipsum. We need to define that constant. Let's put this as a title. No. There we go. Put this as a title. Let's break this off here. Okay. See how this works. Well, that is not much at all. Sit Amet. Oh wait, it's not updating at all?